We're always pleased to have with us Adobe. And with us tonight from Adobe, ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome for Al Mooney. Right, the Adobe hug. That feels good.
It feels so good. Hi, everyone. I have to say from backstage, that last bit just sounded like you were all randomly cheering or booing at numbers, which was weird. 7! 4. Not 4. Is my slide on the screen? Hi. So it's very lovely to be here. This is the third year running. How exciting. This time last year I came and I talked to you all about what we were doing with our products, but I didn't give them a name and I was a bit mysterious about it. And then the following month, we told you all about Creative Cloud. And Creative Cloud is our new way of providing you all of our creative applications for one small monthly fee, also including 200 minutes talk time and 200 texts. This year, I'm here to tell you about what we're revealing at NAB. We've had a very, very exciting year. Last year, we released 4 Premiere Pro releases, all with features in. And when we talk about what Creative Cloud is all about, that's the thing. It's about being able to provide you guys with new features regularly and respond to changes in the market. So, tell me what you think about these numbers. What about 1.8? Is that a good number or a bad number? That sounded a bit cocky, I didn't mean it to. So we have 1.8 million members on Creative Cloud. And since we announced it, 500 new and enhanced features. We really believe in Creative Cloud. We really believe in it being able to provide you with things much, much more quickly than we ever could before. So it's been pretty amazing for us. We really believe now that we kind of know. That we have the market-leading NLE, and we have fantastic projects being created on Premiere Pro every day. So several national commercials were edited by Rock, Paper, Scissors, by Kirk Baxter. And we have this huge, ever-increasing third-party ecosystem, and that's what it's all about, right? It's about having loads of wonderful third parties to build out those workflows. Last year, I was very, very excited to tell you that the Coen brothers were cutting their next movie, not the one that's just come out, the next movie exclusively on Premiere Pro, and that was a pretty wonderful thing to be able to say. This year, I'm overwhelmed to be able to tell you, if you don't already know, that some bloke called David Fincher, right, is making Gone Girl exclusively on Premiere Pro. So this is tremendously exciting, and I'm not trying to show off. I'm just trying to tell you that we've had huge success, and it's very exciting. So like I say, we released multiple updates. I don't really understand this slide, to be honest. It's confusing. It's got arrows and stuff on it. But I think it's trying to tell you that we released lots of updates, and that's cool. I'm here to tell you all about the newest releases, the next releases of our professional video and audio products. And every year I've been here, I've shown you a slide, and I've talked about plan to playback. I'm going to walk dramatically across the stage. I've talked about plan to playback. We've had story and prelude on the left, and we've had a workflow through Premiere Pro and After Effects and SpeedGrade and Media Encoder, et cetera, et cetera. But realistically, workflows aren't very linear anymore. So what I want to talk to you about today is a different concept, and it's cool because it looks like one of those weird old phones. I want to talk to you about Premiere Pro being the hub of the workflow. Workflows aren't linear anymore. You base your work in the editor, you base your work in Premiere Pro, and when you need to go out to embellish your work, to go out to the other applications, we provide you with very, very elegant workflows to do so. So I want to share with you the forthcoming release of Premiere Pro CC, if you don't mind. I'm so glad you clapped at that, because if you hadn't, I was like... By the way, so we had a thing from the organizers saying you shouldn't put like pictures of your pets as your background, so instead I put it in the source monitor. Cloud will be in every demo I ever do. All right, so let me show you some of the stuff we've done. I want to start by playing back this sequence. This is a really nice sequence. This is a project from the Discovery Channel. I'm going to play it back, just have a look, see what you think, and then we'll do some cool stuff with it.
North America, a 7-part series only on Discovery.
You don't. Oh. So this is a nice Premiere Pro sequence, multiple mixed media formats. There's some R3D in here. There's some DNX HD in here. It's all, this is what we do, right? Everything native, mix and match on the timeline, and get great performance because of the Mercury playback engine. I would like to draw your attention to this, which is the machine I'm using today. Everything I'm doing right now is using one of the new Mac Pros. Of course, we're dual platform, and whichever one of you ultimately won that Z820, and it was very confusing from behind the stage, obviously will kick ass on that machine too. But I really want to show you what we can do with the new Mac Pro, because we kick ass on this machine. So that was the Discovery trailer, and I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, Al, that was a cool Discovery trailer. We liked that trailer. But there was that shot of the horses towards the end, which was a little bit dark, and I couldn't make out the horse's hair. Right? No? OK, well, that's what I was thinking, and so I want to draw your attention to that particular shot. I'm just going to move down the timeline here and zoom in a little bit. And I'm going to just play this back. And what you will see is we cut from some sheep. I never thought I'd say that in a demo, but I get to today. We cut from some sheep to some horses and to some other stuff, but there's multiple shots of these stallions. So just have a look at this quick little section. Stallion, stallion, stallion. So as you can see, you will agree, no doubt, that there's not a lot of contrast on these. I mean, you can see his teeth, but basically he's just a kind of silhouette. So these, that wasn't supposed to be funny, but I'm glad you laughed, thanks. So these are clips, or frames, if you like, all from the same master clip. Now, I want to do something with this shot. I want to brighten it up, add a bit of contrast, but there's 3 of them. So if I was going to do that in Premiere Pro CC today, the way I would do it is I would put an effect on this clip, and I'd get it to look right, and then I would probably copy-paste or use something to take what I'd done to that effect and paste it to the second and third clip. That works, it's cool, but it's a little bit time-consuming. And if I had 100 instances from a very long master clip in my sequence, that would be extremely time-consuming. So wouldn't it be nice if instead of applying them to these track items on my track, I could apply an effect at the master clip level and make global changes that ripple down through the sequence? Wouldn't that be cool? Unfortunately, we can't do that. Not really, of course we can. So let me show you how this amazing new effects workflow works. We call it master clip effects because they're effects that you apply to master clips. I'm going to hit the F key. Oh yeah, baby, the F key. And I'm going to... it's my favorite key. F? P. Not P. P's rubber. Anyway, sorry. I don't quite know where I'm going with that. So I've match framed this master clip into my source monitor. This is the master clip from which these track items are derived or come from. And I'm going to show you the new workflow which enables me to go to my effects panel here. I'm going to just add a quick brightness and contrast to make it simple. New is I can pick the effect up and drag it to the master clip in the source monitor. I can also drag it to a clip or multiple clips in the project panel and have the same result. So with this source monitor selected, I can go to my ECP, and this would never previously fire up, but this is an effect at the master clip level. So I'm going to make some quick changes here. Let's dial the brightness, and I'm going to do it stupid, of course, because you've got to do it stupid in the demo. I'm going to add a bit of brightness and a bit of contrast, and look how much better that shot looks. But notice that if I scrub down my timeline, the second shot has the effect applied, the third shot has the effect applied. So if I was working on a really big project, this would be a huge time-saving workflow. Master clip effects. So now we're going to move from horses to some skiing, which is a natural segue, I think. And as you can see, we have a skier here, and we have in my timeline, or I have in my timeline, an After Effects comp. So we've had this amazing feature called Dynamic Link for a long time, and this enables me to do stuff in After Effects and have it update in my Premiere Pro timeline in real time. It's a wonderful workflow. It gets better every release, and we will never, we will never get rid of it. That's a stupid thing to say. We're never going to cancel that feature. Yay. However, if I'm in Premiere Pro and I'm on a tight schedule and I have this After Effects comp in my timeline, and I want to make a quick change, sometimes having to go out to After Effects to do it, right-click, edit original, or tab to After Effects, might not be the thing I really want to do. Maybe I don't feel that comfortable using After Effects. Maybe I don't have time to do it. Maybe I just like staying inside my NLE as I'm working, which is reasonable. And I know what you're all thinking when you see this, right? You're thinking, that's the correct event name, but that clearly isn't Michael Johnson, is it? It's some other bloke. So wouldn't it be awesome if with this After Effects project in my sequence, I could just make changes to text strings without needing to go out to After Effects to understand how to do that? Wouldn't that be cool if I could just make a quick change, keep all my animation, all my colors, all my graphics, and just quickly change the text string? Yes. That's right. Yes, it would. So I'm going to show you the next awesome new feature, which is called Live Text. So remember, this is all about taking the technology we have in After Effects and bringing some of it into Premiere Pro and presenting it to editors in a way which is in line with the way an editor would work. I don't want to just take a feature from After Effects and slap it in Premiere Pro. That's not right. We want to think about how an editor works and give you access to that technology in an intuitive way. So I'm going to correct this ridiculous error, whoever thought that was Michael Johnson, and I'm going to do that by match framing back, very similar to After Effects. Now you'll notice with this matched back into my source monitor, that AEP, I actually can't see that Michael Johnson text because my alpha is being shown as black. So this is a small new feature, and by the way, of course, I'm not demoing every new feature. There are multiple small features that will make you smile when you start using this new release of Premiere Pro. Little things that will make your day that bit better, or something. Here's a little thing. I'm going to actually just go menu, transparency grid. Is people clapping at that? You can clap. I like it when you clap. Wow, God, they clapped at the transparency grid. So there it is. There's the AEP. There's the comp, I should say, in my source monitor. I can now, with that loaded, very similar workflow to master clip effects. I can go to my effect controls tab. I can see that live text. And of course, as everyone knows, this bloke is actually Jeff Plinkle's amazingly talented man. And I've changed it to Jeff Plinkle's, and it's updated, and all the graphics remain in place, but I've very quickly been able to do that, stay in the NLE, and do it very quickly. That's bringing the technology to you in the NLE, and that is live text. Thank you. Now I want to show you a piece of news footage, just a little clip here well, I'll show you. Let's have a look at this. Pretty exciting, eh? Do you want to see it again? Seriously, look, watch. She walks. Just amazing. Anyway, I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, hang on, it's illegal to show this lady's face. She's a master criminal and we can't show her face on screen. That's what you're all thinking, right? And you're thinking, what I'd really like to be able to do is very quickly put a mask on her face, which sounds weird, but you guys know what I mean. There are so many other directions I could go with that joke, but I've chosen not to. Put a mask on her face and have that mask track so I can very easily and quickly blur out this portion of the frame that I don't want to be seen. And you all know we could do this in After Effects. We could right-click on this clip and make a dynamic link, and we could use masking and tracking in After Effects. But when you just want to do it quickly inside Premiere Pro, having to go out there, again, just like live text, might not be exactly what you want to do. So I'm tremendously excited. This has been a huge amount of work. The engineers who built this have worked for, I think, about 2 years to get this right. We now have full feathered masking and tracking right inside Premiere Pro. So I'll show you how it works. I am going to go to my effects panel again. You know what? I'm going to put a different clip up there because I don't like that one. I'm going to go to my effects panel, and I'm going to pick up an effect, any effect. Every single effect works with the masking and tracking feature, including third-party effects. It's a beautifully, elegantly designed feature. I know I probably would say that, but I think it is. Right, so what we'll do is we'll mosaic this lady's face out. I'm going to find the mosaic filter or effect, which is now GPU optimized, incidentally. I'm going to drag it to the clip, and obviously what will happen, because it always would, is I'll see a mosaic all over the clip. That's not exactly what I was after. So I'm going to jump to my ECP with that clip selected. And firstly, I'm just going to change the number of blocks, because let's face it, 10 by 10 is kind of stupid. So we'll do 70, 70. No, we'll do 70, 70. 70? No? You don't? Wow, no reaction to 70. Interesting. But you don't like 4. Got it. Right, anyway. There's the mosaic effect applied. There are 2 very innocent-looking small little buttons in my ECP, which make an enormous difference to the things I can do inside Premiere Pro. There's an ellipse, and there's I would call it a rectangle, but it says 4-point polygon, because an engineer did it. Sorry, Steve. Right, so I might not be able to live that one down. Right, so I'm going to make an ellipsis because, you know, she's got a face and it's kind of roundish. I'm going to make an ellipsis, and as soon as I make an ellipsis on the clip, you will notice exactly what happens. It's a mask. The effect applies within the mask unless I invert it, which I can do with this checkbox. I want to pixelate out this lady's face, and so what I'll do, I'll just toggle the effect off so I can kind of see the ellipse nice and easy. Not sure what that meant, but never mind. And I'm going to position it over the lady's face. I hate saying that, but I am. OK, that didn't work. Noted. Right, so I'm going to draw this over. Now, this is the object tracker from After Effects. It's not a point tracker. It's a very intelligent object tracker. I draw the mask over the face. I'm going to jump back to switch the mosaic on, and then super intuitive. And this is the thing with this stuff. We want to make it really, really easy for you to do as an editor and intuitive, right? That's exactly what you guys ask us to do, so that's what we try to do. I'm going to press the play button, or the track selected mask forward button, engineer again, and we'll see this tracking. Now, the great thing about doing it with a Mac Pro is I don't have to vamp as much during the progress bar because it's much faster. So what we're doing here is we're object tracking the lady's face throughout the shot. Super easy, just an effect and one button and a mask. And as you can see, that is now tracked all the way through. That said, it's not perfect, as you can see right there. You know, there's still a little bit of her eye. So I'll go down and use some of these features here. I'm going to expand the mask. And I'm going to feather the mask. It's already a little bit feathered, but as you can see there, very, very quickly, I've been able to fully blur out that lady's face, and that's masking and tracking in Premiere Pro. Thank you. Now, of course, we're not going to stop making After Effects. That's some shocking news. I'm sure you're all surprised by. So everything I do here goes into After Effects and remains in place. After Effects has a more detailed, more complex, if you like, tracker. You've got variable width feathering, et cetera, et cetera. So I can always dynamically link this out to AE and have all the bells and knobs and whistles that are in AE. But what we're really trying to do here is take the core technology, the things we know you guys need to do quickly and regularly, and present it to you in a simple way. If you remember, the last time I was here, I talked about the Lumetri Deep Color Engine being integrated into Premiere Pro. So fast looks, access to beautiful deep color inside the editor, which you just go out to speed grade to embellish. And this is really what we're trying to talk about here. Premiere Pro is the hub. The things you need to do regularly every day you can do in Premiere, or Premiere, still don't know how to say that word. And then when you need more complexity, more detail, you jump out to all the other applications. You need more motion graphics complexity, you go to AE. You need more audition complexity, you go to Audition. You need more audio complexity, you go to Audition, et cetera, et cetera. Premiere's the hub, and we move out to these applications for more power. So that's masking and tracking. How cool is that? For all those of you who are desperate to do 16 channels of 4K multicam, I just want to show you that you can in Premiere Pro using a fast computer. Here are 16 channels of multicam. Kind of a weird scene here. I'm not sure where the cameras were pointing. It doesn't really look right. But I just want to show you, these clips are 4K ProRes files. And I can hit play using you need a fast machine to do this. I can hit play and play back all 16 channels and perform my multicam edit just like I want to. We have had a great relationship with Red for a very long time. We've been working with Red since day one. We care so much about being the NLE you think of when you think high-resolution workflows. When you need to do 4K, 5K, 6K, and beyond, we want you to think Premiere Pro. And that's because we've put so much work into supporting these higher resolutions natively and allowing you to work with them in the same way you would with HD, SD, or whatever's less than SD. I don't think there is one. So here, you see this sequence has 3 R3Ds in it. These are 4K R3Ds. Something that we've been working very closely with Red on, and I'm really, really excited about this. Anyone who works with Red is going to see huge performance improvements because we are now able to debayer this Red media using the GPU. So I'm sorry about that last part there. So this means this is 4K Red media. I've got my little drop frame indicator there. I can play it back, full frame, every pixel of the 4K. I can go to my ECP, and in real time, with Red media, I can adjust effects parameters, never dropping a frame, so showing every single pixel of that 4K. Now, the only way you'd ever have been able to do that in the past would be by using a Red Rocket card. You still can. But now you're going to get incredible HD-like performance with Red media right inside Premiere, and we're very, very excited about it. There are millions. That's not true. There are several. No, that's also not true. There are lots. That's good. We'll go with lots. There are lots of other, of course, smaller new features inside Premiere Pro. Every time we release a new update, and as you know, that's pretty often, we add the features that we hear you guys requesting regularly. We really care about that. I know I say it every time. I know it sounds a bit corny, but we pride ourselves on coming to things like this, listening to you guys, and giving you those little but very important features that you ask for. So you've got things like track select to the left. Yay! You've got reverse match frame. There's loads of features. I really think you're going to love this release. We are also previewing, or what's the word? Revealing, that's it. New versions of all of our other applications, a brand new SpeedGrade with a much improved direct link workflow, a brand new Audition, a brand new After Effects. Come by the stand if you're coming to NAB. This one's going to be big, and all Creative Cloud members will see these releases very soon. Thank you so much for listening to me. Have a good day. Thanks. Thank you. Thanks. Yes,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Al Mooney, everybody!